Our first speaker is someone who needs no introduction. In all the many years I have known him, he has bravely called out the delegitimization of Israel and anti-Semitism on our streets and online. A true modern-day hero. It's Raphi Bloom.
We are not Jews with trembling knees. We stand here today as proud British Jews and Zionists at one of the most pivotal moments in our lifetimes. Israel, the nation state of the Jewish people, faces an existential threat from both known enemies and supposed allies in a way not seen over 50 years, while Jewish life here in the UK is increasingly under siege, and the result of which visited us in the most violent way here in Manchester at Heaton Park Synagogue on Yom Kippur, when two members of our community, Adrian and Melvin, Zichronam Livracha, were murdered simply for being Jews. We stand here today to remember those innocent people murdered on October the 7th by Hamas and many Palestinian civilians, the 48 hostages, both the living and the dead, still held in the terror dungeons of Gaza, and for whom we demand an immediate release, and the brave IDF soldiers who have given their lives defending Israel. It is clear that many people have forgotten the horrors of October the 7th. So let me remind them. On Simchat Torah 2 years ago, over 1,200 people were butchered, shot, burned, and beheaded by the genocidal Jew-hating terrorists of Hamas. Babies, children, women, and men. Many women and children, and some men, were raped by these Islamist butchers who walked around casually and joyfully carrying out their murder while shouting, "Allah Akbar." Thousands more were wounded, and 251 were taken hostage into the depths of Gaza. Most of those people yearned for peace with their Palestinian neighbors. It was the single biggest murder of Jews in one day since the Holocaust, and one that was celebrated both by Hamas and the overwhelming majority of Gazans. And Hamas made it clear they would do it again and again. And so, exercising the right every state has to defend itself, the brave warriors of the IDF entered the most complex urban combat environment any Western military has ever faced, a battlefield above and below ground that Hamas had prepared for decades and which ignored the laws of war completely. Going over and above what was required of any army, the IDF took extraordinary measures to warn and protect civilians. Many of us here have family and friends who are serving or who have served in the IDF. Let me be clear. We know that the IDF is the most moral army in the world. What did Israel receive in return? A growing movement of Western governments, including our own UK Labour government, displayed an ever-increasing willingness to believe the lies and propaganda of Hamas and its Islamist and far-left supporters in the West. Our UK government then decided to betray Israel at the ICJ and the ICC, issue sanctions, and 2 weeks ago, rewarded Hamas with the ultimate prize of Palestinian statehood, for which Hamas thanked them, calling the recognition the ultimate fruits of October the 7th. Let that sink in. Hamas thanked our Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. And these actions emboldened Hamas at that time. Despite repeated warnings that recognition would reduce the chances of freeing the remaining 48 hostages, the Prime Minister ignored them. He offered feeble words about their release, while demanding concessions from Israel, our democratic ally, a vital source of intelligence, and a frontline defender against Islamist terror, without imposing any cost on Hamas. He incentivized the very terrorism he claims to oppose, all to appease anti-Israel voices in his own party. Having defeated Hezbollah, significantly weakened Iran, and hugely degraded Hamas, the axis of evil, Israel now faces another front seeking to damage it, while simultaneously strengthening its enemies, naive, arrogant Western governments led by our own Prime Minister. We will not forget his betrayal. Thankfully, Israel has one true friend in President Donald Trump, who we hope will now bring our hostages home and, together with Israel, ensure the final defeat of Hamas. And let me say this directly. The Prime Minister's inaction in this country has endangered British Jews. For 2 years, our community has faced unprecedented Jew hatred. Physical assaults, online abuse, vandalism, anti-Semitic marches turning city centres into no-go zones for Jews, mistreatment in the NHS by pro-Palestinian medics, intimidation in schools and on university campuses, workplace purity tests excluding Zionists, meaning Jews, from professional and creative spaces. Never have Jews in the UK been under such attack. And it is not an exaggeration to say that our government's demonization of Israel and inaction and failure in tackling the examples I just gave has played a significant part in allowing this Jew hatred to flourish and to making many British Jews question whether in our country. When you fail to act on constant calls to globalize the Intifada, the results are that the Intifada came to our Manchester Jewish community with horrific consequences. Shame on them for allowing this hatred to flourish. This too, we will not forget. But Israel has faced existential threats before and defeated them. The Jewish people have survived 3,000 years of enemies who sought our destruction. We repeat what we said last year. We are not Jews with trembling knees. Whether in Israel or here in Manchester, we will stand firm against those who seek to harm us and defeat us. We are strong. We are proud. We are proud Mancunian Jews. Never again means never again now. As Joshua 1:9 says, "Be strong and of good courage. Do not be afraid, nor be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." We are not Jews with trembling knees. Am Yisrael Chai!